Alrighty, here is the video review for Fall of Cybertron Voyager SOUNDWAVE with the data discs of Ratbat and Ravage and Frenzy and Ratbat. So Soundwave again is his little vehicular thingamajigger. Just kind of a truck with claws on the front and such. Purple wheels. Not bad. We'll get to the data discs here later on. We'll have one as part of the review here in a second. And he comes in just a regular sized Voyager box. They do have this corner cut off here on the bottom as opposed to like the normal, like usually you'd see a box that looked kind of like this where the corner would be on the top. So I don't know why they cut the bottom off on that. But I got lucky and found them in Toys R Us on the way into work. They were not there when I was in the same Toys R Us earlier today. So at some point over the course of the day, they came in and reset them. But so yeah, here he is. Now he does have the capability of launching discs in vehicle mode. Laserbeak, which comes with him, is already inside of him. He does have his shoulder cannon up here. The instructions show a rifle as well, and he doesn't come with that. I assume that may just be for blaster. I don't know, but he does just come with the shoulder cannon right here. Now, to launch discs in vehicle mode, there's a little button. This should sit up a little higher in there. There's a little button over here on this side, a little gray button. When you push that, it pops open the front. And you can see Laserbeak sitting there inside of him. And you just push forward on the seat, and this whole top piece slides forward, and push far enough, pops Laserbeak out. Now the data discs, here he is, he's just a data disc. They don't automatically fire as they launch out of the body, or transform, which I thought would be cool. They do auto-transform via a little button on the bottom. So basically you're firing it when you shoot them out at the front of Soundwave, you're kind of shooting them out and hoping they land flat. And if they do, you can see there Laserbeak has now auto-transformed into his bird mode. And it's an okay bird mode. Like you said, we're talking about they all have to transform into these thick discs. And they're auto-transform when there's always complications with that gimmick I found. But it was spring-loaded transformations. But they're kind of like little Bakugan that can store in Soundwave. But yeah, there's Laserbeak, and he's not bad. Kind of dig him. And then to transform him back, you just flip this up, flip his head in, fold this up, and fold these up to the side, and there's the data disc. Again, there's the little button that activates him when he hits the ground. But just little Cybertronian data discs, a little thicker than I'd like to, but again, you gotta be able to have them transform. And if you buy the 2-packs, which I did, you get Frenzy and Ratbat together, and then you get Ravage and Rumble together. And that's not me putting my own little spin on how I feel these guys are colored. This set is the Ravage and Rumble pack, as pictured right here on the back of their card. Rumble, Ravage, they've got Rumble as blue here. Also, one of the things I noticed on these dual disc packs is they package these guys in pairings that would conceivably drive each other crazy. Or at least one of them would drive the other crazy if they were actually locked together in a thing. Because the bios here say Ravage barely speaks and Rumble doesn't shut up. So they annoy each other. Ratbat and Frenzy here. Ratbat prefers to spend his time alone. Frenzy loves to hang out with people and use his sonic disruption to annoy both friends and foes alike. So they pretty much set up where these guys actually locked together in these packages. Some nasty arguments. I just think that's funny that they kind of partner these guys up with their polar opposites. But they come in these little purple disc cases that, like I said, it wasn't until I stacked them to start setting this review up that I realized they kind of look like Energon cubes. The Decepticon logo is stamped on the lid of the case, and you can just push them out from the back here. Here's Rumble, and again, we'll show them off on. That's Frenzy. Rumble actually transforms a little better, so we'll show off their transformation here. I like him because he tends to hit the ground, bounce, and then while he's in the bounce, up in the air, flip over and transform. So we'll just drop him off. That time he landed on his side. But so he pops open, and once he's open, you rotate his arms down and flip out his feet. And that allows him to stand up as a robot. You don't want to flip the feet out too far or he'll lean. Like, this is good. He's standing up straight. Looks like a robot. If you flip these feet out too far, he tends to lean forward. And you can't bend him back because of the spring gimmick. You can get him to stand, but he stands like that. He's kind of doing the Michael Jackson moonwalker pose. But yeah. And again, you can move his hips side to side, but they are on springs. They're going to bounce back. But not too bad of a robot here. And like I said, Rumble's the same way. Rumble does not pop open as efficiently as... I've gotten him to launch and pop open very well, but he doesn't pop open nearly as easily as Rumble does. But he's the exact same. Again, they're the exact same robot, just different colors. Ratbat, he's a pinker purple than I think some people would like. Here's the purple of the case versus the pink of. He's a little more pink than purple. He's definitely pinker than his G1 cassette self. And he's pretty much he's got a different head, and some different detailing on him, but he transforms almost exactly the same way as Laserbeak. He pops open, again, the tail, the wing halves. He's just got a bat face. But like I said, other than that, just exact same transformation as Laserbeak. Buzzsaw comes with Sound Blaster, who is also at the store, but I didn't pick up. And here's Ravage. Now, Ravage has a little bit of an issue popping open just because of how his back legs are. Like that. And you can see his front legs pop open just fine. His back legs kind of pop into like a crouching, I'm scooting my butt across the floor pose. Just because you have to get his rear legs to fold down a little bit before the hip pieces come all the way back like they should. And you do have to manually transform his rear legs. So there's some really ambitious stuff going on with these data discs. None of them look great. Like they all have, like Frenzy and Rumble look okay in robot mode. Like I said, Laserbeak and Ratbat aren't bad, but they're still, you can see like those don't look like wings. Those look like half of a data disc. So, there are the drawbacks to the auto spring-loaded mechanism. But there's the data discs, and we'll get more into them later on here. For now, let me just go ahead and turn him back so we've got a few to stick in the... Yeah, here we go. Come on, there we go. It's the other way. So back on a Soundwave. Again, they pop out the front door, and then spring-loaded, you can just push this back up. This should actually angle up here. This piece pulls up and over. And you want to peg that in there. Flip the spikes down. And then you just pull this back. This is just the mechanism used to push those discs out by sliding this forward. It's also part of the transformation, and you can go ahead and push that forward to start the transformation to robot mode. And then you just flip his... you can do it in any order, but back here you flip his feet up and out here. And then, like you saw, pull this down and around. Swing this whole piece. There's a couple clips here that come around and clip up under there. Rotate the wheels down and around to the heel like that. Then we'll come up top here. And you can go ahead and take this piece and pull it back. You can see there's a kind of a spine piece sticking out the back here. This piece comes up over, you want to slide it, or this piece right here, slide it down this groove all the way in until it snaps. At which point, I thought it was supposed to rotate. Hold on. Did that just sit there on his back like that? I'm trying to remember how this ended up on his back. Because I think it's supposed to fold up. Hold on, we can consult the instructions to see how this works, because I know that's not exactly how that's supposed to sit. Yeah, it's supposed to. I guess I should have, before I slid it back, flipped it up, and then slid it in along this track. Ow! Just pinched myself. There we go, just like that. So you fold it up and then slide it down along that. The arms, just swing these out. Swing these out. Take the shoulder piece here. Take this chest piece. Bring it down, put things up. This whole thing kind of just slides down, snags onto the chest like that. Open up these top pieces. Open up the arms, and then these hinges right here you want to lift up, just like that. Bring your arm down. Flip the gray piece up so the arm comes up like that. Fold these around behind the back of the arm. Lift the arms up. Fold the wheels back along his back. Bring the arms down, and that should allow this to close up all the way against just the back of his back. Fold the wheels behind it. Get him stood up straight. Come up here. Flip his fists out. Rotate them so they're facing forward. And there's Soundwave in robot mode. And he's got some neat little gimmicks in this mode as well. You can take his shoulder cannon and plug it in right here. Bring those up. He's much bigger than we're used to getting lately as Voyagers. Although apparently somebody said Ultra Magnus is bigger, and that may well be the case. I don't have any other toys here with me to compare him with, unless you want to compare him to the new Lego A-Wing, in which case he is a little shorter than the length of the A-Wing. But yeah, so he's got this. And one of the things that's neat is he actually, if you look at his fist, this hand is actually a fist. This hand, he has a molded finger in this kind of pose, so you can have him reach up to the, he doesn't quite reach, you can have him reach up to the eject button on his shoulder. And the eject button from vehicle mode does end up right up here on his shoulder, and by pushing it, you can pop open his chest. Now, right now, you can see it's not very deep in here. There's not room for a data disk. But, again, this spinal piece slides out. And it does end up causing him to have the spine sticking out. It doesn't have to stick out this far, but pulling it all the way back will allow you to fit... getting him in can be a little difficult. But you can fit 3 data disks into his chest at one time. Come on. There we go. And then you can close that door. And there he is in robot mode. And again, like I said, with 3 data disks in, it does end up causing this to stick out. However, just like in vehicle mode, you can push the button up here to eject, or to open the door, and you can push this forward to eject disks. And if they pop out right, like that, oh look at that, he actually did it in midair. So there, Laserbeak just transformed as he ejected from Soundwave. Let's see if we can do the same for Rumble here. Part of it too is just getting a grip on Soundwave in a way that you're not blocking the disc from coming out. Okay, Rumble did not successfully transform. He kind of half transformed while popping out, which kept him from fully transforming when he hit the desk. Ideally, you would either get something that happened like with Laserbeak where he transformed as he popped out, or you would have the disc fall flat and pop open like that. I love that little belly flop jump he does, and transform as it hit the desk, or whatever surface you happen to be launching them onto. So, like, and that's where these data just kind of fall down. If they auto transformed correctly and properly every single time as you launch them, that would be really cool. Either by falling, even if they just fell flat and transformed properly every time, or more consistently, I'd be happy with them. If they could do it as they popped out, like Laserbeak did, that would be awesome. But as it is, they don't. And some of that, I'm sure, is quality control. Your mileage may vary. Because like I said, my Rumble transforms just fine when he hits on his button Frenzy does not, and they're the exact same mold. Same with Laserbeak and Ratbat. Ratbat likes to get stuck coming in and out of his chest, and as such doesn't transform quite as well as Laserbeak does popping out. But, yeah, like I said, them's the breaks. Now let's see if we can get Ratbat to do anything. He's kind of... Yeah, okay, yeah, see, Ratbat just kind of hit on his side and stayed as a disc. But when he does hit, and pop open. And again, there's just a comparison of those two together. Different detailing, but essentially the same transformation on those guys. So yeah, I'm actually far more impressed with this guy than I expected to be. He was not one I was going to get early. Like I could get Grimlock from Robot Kingdom now if I wanted, but I think I'm going to wait until I see him at retail. I might get him after Christmas. We'll see. I don't want to never say never. Depends on what I've got left after I pay for pre-orders and all that stuff. I may end up getting him, but probably going to wait until I catch him at retail. Soundwave, however, is very nice. Like I said, I did find him at Toys R Us today, and they were part of the buy one get one 40% off sale they've got going on Transformers right now. So it was a no-brainer to pick him up. So yeah, all in all, not bad. I like him. I like him more than I expected to. See if we can get Laserbeak to... Oh, we can! There we go. There's Laserbeak resting on his arm. His head does swivel a little bit. It's very tight. Maybe that will change with time and play. But who knows. So yeah, there he is. You can store the cassettes inside. Or the data discs, excuse me. Right there's Soundwave and his... currently released cassette family. Again, Sound Blaster has Buzzsaw, and I may have to go back and get Sound Blaster just for Buzzsaw, so I can have all of his little discs there. But yeah, Voyager Soundwave from Fall of Cybertron, it's worth picking up. It's not bad.